Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am from Philippines, now please share your valuable words to our viewers, ma'am.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat from the Philippines. It's been 3 decades and two when the World's AIDS Day was observed, creating awareness among people about AIDS. That was 1988. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is a very serious disease caused by HIV, the human immunodeficiency virus. What if AIDS means awareness of individual on deficiency syndrome? Well, do you think the world will celebrate more? Well, today, December 1st, we celebrate the World AIDS Day. Thank you, Dr. Ram Krishnasha for this opportunity and for the invites. Thank you, Dr. Vara Prasad, for recognition. Good evening, distinguished men and women here. Okay, ending the HIV, well, everything starts from home. That is from my own opinion, from an opinion of a mother, opinion of a parent. Everything starts from home. Education starts from home, charity starts from home, awareness starts from home, change, solidarity, everything starts from home. Resilience and impact should start from home. I heard a story about a family who lives a very busy life. Parents are working hard, children were being taken care of a nanny. Well, there's nothing wrong with taking care of the nannies because nannies are actually second parent, right? One day, the 18-year-old son suffered from headaches, fever, vomiting, sore throats. So he was taken to a nearby clinic for a checkup. Mother was so worried. It might be a coronavirus. But after the checkup, he was diagnosed with just a common flu. So he was prescribed with medicines and advised to have a bed rest. Of course, the parents were relieved, relaxed, and thankful that their son is not serious at all. So they went back to busy works again until their son was vulnerable to diseases, all kinds of infections. So they brought him back to the clinic. Of course, several tests and laboratories were made, and they found out he has AIDS. According to research, the first stage of infection is called the acute infection. This stage lasts a couple of weeks and is signified by symptoms that are very commonly seen in every disease, like what happened to the son. This is caused by the body's first reaction to the virus. Cells will try to kill HIV infected cells. This activity of immune system cells causes these symptoms. In these early stages, people are usually not diagnosed with HIV since the symptoms are so unspecific and often occur in other rather harmless diseases. The second stage is called the latency stage. This stage, which can last between 2 weeks over 20 years, involves little to no visible symptoms. This is because in the first stage, a strong immune reaction reduces the viral particles in the bloodstream so that a person can live for years without even noticing the HIV infection. Now, the final and the worst stage is AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. And the infection is called AIDS when the number of the CD4 and the T cells decline below a number of 200 cells per it. When this happens, same with the thing that happened to the son, because he was diagnosed first with just a common flu, and without knowing, it was already an AIDS. So really have to be very observant and take care of our children in our home. Okay, so what's HIV? So everybody of us knows the HIV, but for the sake of the viewers watching right now, I just want to share, according to the research, HIV is a virus that attacks cells that helps the body fight infections, making a person more vulnerable to other infections and diseases. It spreads, you know. Now, the only way to know for sure if you have HIV is, of course, to get tested. testing is relatively simple. You can ask the health provider near us, and we can, check. Like, I really agree, totally agree with what Mrs. Scotland Universe said, that health is wealth, right? Have you ever think of many lives that was lost many years because of AIDS? Have you ever think that in every home, if every home is aware and educated about AIDS, HIV/AIDS, we could have prevent and save lives. Prevention is better than cure. Let me just read the part of World AIDS Day 2020, ending the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Okay, according to Angel Acricar and of course Harold Phillips. Let me just read this very quick. The theme reminds us of all we can achieve together when we focus on impact by using data to deliver high quality, people-centered HIV prevention and treatment services to those most in need, tackling stigma and discrimination, and empowering communities. It reaffirms the essential role of resilience, which enable individuals and communities to meet the challenge of HIV/AIDS even in times of adversity. When you're working to combat a disastrous and growing emergency, you should use every tool at your disposal. HIV/AIDS is the worst epidemic humanity has ever faced. It has spread further, faster, and with more catastrophic long-term effects than any other disease. Its impact has become a devastating obstacle to development. Broadcast media have tremendous reach and influence, particularly with young people who represent the future and who are the key to any successful fights against HIV/AIDS. We must seek to engage those powerful organizations as full partners in the fight to halt HIV/AIDS through the awareness, preventions, and educations. Again, let me just end before I end this small talk rather. I would say that it's really important, especially for the parents, to be very mindful in observing what really happened to the children, because as we know, family is the smallest unit of a community, of a society, and it is also sometimes it's the missing link when solving problems in the government and problems of the world. I should end to say that thank you very much. Maraming salamat po. And thank you, everybody. I really learned a lot from the other speakers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You mentioned that no doubt this awareness programs are playing a very important role for protecting ourselves. And here it is, after crossing the stage 3, then only we can call there as a AIDS. Otherwise, we can, block that one also by improving our immune system. So, according to CDC, Center for Disease Control, and they mentioned nearly 29 varieties of the disease. And out of that one, if a person is suffering from more than 4 in that group, now their immunity level is very, very low. And in that context, let us say, now the person we can call it as a suffering from, let us say, AIDS. In that way also, some definition is came. Because the patients, those who are approaching us, surprisingly, we identified a person suffered from this TB, tuberculosis. So that person, let us say, we identified, we tested also now HIV positive. Now it took nearly around, I think, 14 to 16 months for curing that TB. After curing the TB, now again we tested the candidate, now identified as HIV negative. So that's why